person sitting closest to you right now knows exactly how to destroy you. Picture it. Your best friend from college, the co-worker who knows all your secrets, the partner who finishes your sentences. They have mapped your psychological terrain. They know where you are weak. They know what you fear. They know the exact words to say to make you crumble. And you handed them this information freely. You told yourself it was trust. You told yourself it was intimacy. You told yourself that vulnerability was strength. You were wrong. You were building your own cage and giving them the key. Here is what nobody tells you about closeness. Proximity is not safety. Familiarity breeds not contempt, but opportunity. The closer someone gets to your center, the more precise their strike when they decide to turn on you. And they will turn on you. Not because they are evil, because they are human. And humans protect their own interests above all else. Niccolo Machiavelli understood this in 1532. The game has not changed, only the board. Renaissance princes worried about assassinations in marble hallways. You worry about career sabotage in Slack channels. Same dynamics, different weapons. Today you are going to learn 3 strategies that have survived 500 years because they work. Strategic ambiguity, calculated generosity, strategic weakness. These are not theories, these are tools. And by the end of this video, you will see your closest relationships differently. You will see the battlefield you have been standing on while thinking you were at a dinner party. But I need to warn you about something first. Once you see these patterns, you cannot unsee them. Once you recognize the game, you cannot pretend it is not being played. You will start to notice who is using these tactics on you right now. You will start to feel the strings attached to favors you thought were gifts. You will start to see the strategic positioning in conversations you thought were casual. Are you ready for that? Let's begin. Think about the last time you asked a friend for something important. A job reference, an introduction, money. You asked clearly. You stated your need. You laid out the details. You waited for an answer. And what happened? Either they said yes and you owed them, or they said no and the friendship shifted. This is the trap of clarity. When you are clear, you give the other person all the power. They become the judge. You become the supplicant. And the verdict always cost you something. Now watch how a Machiavellian handles the same situation. They do not ask. They imply. They do not state needs. They create conditions where helping them appears to be the other person's idea. Let me show you how this works. You need a promotion. The direct approach is to tell your work friend you are going for the role and ask them to put in a good word. Now they know you want something. Now they have leverage. Now you are in their debt if they help. Or worse, now they see you as competition and start undermining you. The ambiguous approach is different. You mention casually that leadership has been asking you about taking on more responsibility. You sigh. You say you're not sure if you're ready. You let the silence hang. Your friend, wanting to appear supportive and insightful, tells you that you would be great in a leadership role. They volunteer to mention your strengths to the right people. You did not ask. They offered. The power dynamic stays intact. This is strategic ambiguity. You create a fog where others fill in the blanks with their own assumptions, and those assumptions usually benefit you. The psychology here goes back to childhood. You were taught that asking directly was honest, that clarity was respectful, that people appreciate knowing what you want. But here is what you were not taught. Clarity eliminates mystery, and mystery is power. When people cannot quite pin down what you want, they work harder to figure it out. They project their own desires onto you. They convince themselves they understand you, and in that gap between what you said and what they think you meant, you operate freely. Machiavelli wrote that a prince must be like a fox and a lion. The lion is direct force, the fox is cunning. Most people try to be lions, they roar their intentions, they charge straight ahead, they get trapped. The fox never commits to a single path. The fox leaves tracks going in multiple directions. When you ask someone, "What do you think I should do?" instead of telling them what you want, you are being a fox. They reveal their biases, their fears, their allegiances. You gather intelligence while appearing humble and open. Here is the tactical application. In your next negotiation, whether for salary, project ownership, or a favor, do not state your position first. Ask questions. What does success look like to you here? What would make this situation ideal from your perspective? Let them build the framework. Once they have committed to criteria, you position yourself within their own framework. You are not arguing against them. You're showing them how giving you what you want satisfies the standards they set. This works in relationships too. Your partner wants to know where things are going. The direct person lays out a timeline. I see us engaged in a year, married in 2. Now you are locked in. Now you have created an expectation you must meet, or a promise you must break. The strategically ambiguous person says, I see a future with you. No timeline, no specifics. Same emotional reassurance. Zero commitment. The other person fills in their preferred details and assumes you're on the same page. Is this manipulation? Yes. Is it effective? Absolutely. Do your closest friends do this to you already? Look closer. Now let's talk about the second strategy, the one that makes you dangerous. Calculated generosity. You think generosity is kindness. It is not. Generosity is investment. And every investment expects a return. Someone buys you coffee every morning. Someone always picks up the tab. Someone goes out of their way to help you move apartments. You tell yourself they are good people. You tell yourself they are your friends. You are building debt you do not realize you owe. When you accept repeated favors without reciprocating, you create a psychological ledger in the other person's mind. They are keeping score whether you are or not. And when they need something from you, the bill comes due. If you refuse, you're not declining a favor. You're welching on a debt. The friendship ends or transforms into resentment. Either way, they control the terms. This is how Machiavellian operators bind people to them. They give first. They give often. They give without being asked. They create a web of obligations so thick you cannot move without feeling like you owe them something. And here is the brutal part. It works even when you know what they are doing. Let me give you a real example. You have a coworker who always volunteers to help with your projects. They stay late to assist you. They cover for you when you are swamped. You are grateful. You tell other people how great they are. Then one day they ask you to support their proposal in a meeting, a proposal you disagree with. Do you voice your honest opinion? Or do you stay silent because of all they have done for you? You stay silent. The debt was already created. They bought your compliance in advance. The psychology is simple. Humans are wired for reciprocity. When someone gives us something, we feel uncomfortable until we give something back. It is a survival mechanism from tribal days. If someone shared food with you, you had to share back or risk being cast out. The mechanism still runs. The tribe is now your friend group, your office, your social circle. The food is now favors, compliments, emotional support. The exile is now being labeled selfish, ungrateful, or difficult. Machiavelli advised princes to bestow benefits gradually. Do not give everything at once. Spread it out. Each small favor is a separate debt. A single large favor can be forgotten or rationalized away. 10 small favors become a pattern. Patterns create obligation. Here is how you deploy this. Identify someone whose support you will need in the future. Start doing small, unsolicited favors for them now. Grab them coffee. Send them an article they would find useful. Introduce them to someone valuable. Do not make it transactional. Do not mention it. Do not ask for anything in return. Not yet. Build the ledger silently. When you need their support 6 months from now, you are not asking a stranger for a favor. You're calling in a debt they do not even realize they owe. The key is calibration. Too much generosity looks suspicious. Too little has no impact. You want to hit the sweet spot where they feel warmly toward you, where they think of you as someone who has been good to them, where saying no to you would create cognitive dissonance. How do I refuse someone who has been so helpful to me? This works in reverse too. When someone starts doing unrequested favors for you, recognize the play. They are building leverage. You have 2 options. Reciprocate immediately to clear the debt, or decline the favors politely but firmly to avoid entering the obligation trap. Most people do neither. They accept gratefully and wonder later why they feel controlled. Your closest friends are already doing this. The one who always plans the group trips, the one who remembers everyone's birthday, the one who organizes the reunions. They appear selfless. They are actually positioning themselves at the center of the social web. When drama happens, they control the narrative because everyone feels indebted to them. Do not mistake this for cynicism. This is clarity. Generosity without strategy is charity. Generosity with strategy is statecraft. Now for the third and most dangerous strategy, the art of appearing weaker than you are. You think strength is about display. It is not. Strength is about concealment. The moment you show your full capabilities, you become a target. Picture this. You are in a meeting. Someone pitches a bad idea. You know it is bad. You know exactly why it is bad. You know the 3 reasons it will fail and the 2 alternatives that would work better. Your ego screams at you to speak up, to demonstrate your competence, to show everyone in the room that you are the smartest person there. So you speak. You dismantle the idea. You offer your superior solution. Everyone nods. You feel validated, and you have made an enemy. The person whose idea you destroyed will remember. They will wait, and when you are vulnerable, they will strike. The Machiavellian play is different. You ask questions instead of making statements. Have we considered how this might affect the timeline? What happens if the client pushes back on pricing? You expose the flaws without claiming credit for seeing them. The idea dies. You look thoughtful, not threatening. The person who pitched it saves face. No enemy created. Same outcome. Better positioning. This is the paradox of power. Those who display it lose it. Those who hide it accumulate it. Lions roar and reveal their location. Crocodiles wait beneath the surface. Which one has eaten more prey? The psychology runs deep. From childhood, you were rewarded for showing what you know. Raise your hand, get the gold star, prove you are smart. But adult power dynamics are inverted. The person who looks like the expert gets the work. The person who looks like they have potential gets the opportunity. Competence is a burden. Potential is valuable. When you appear slightly less capable than you are, people underestimate you. They let their guard down around you. They do not see you as competition. They speak freely in your presence. You gather information while they assume you do not understand its significance. Then, when the moment matters, you reveal what you are capable of. The gap between their expectation and your performance creates shock. Shock creates respect. Respect creates fear. Fear creates space. Here is the tactical application. In your next project, do not volunteer for the most visible role. Take the second position. Let someone else be the face while you control the infrastructure. When things go well, they get the credit and the spotlight. When things go poorly, they get the blame. You accumulate competence and connections without accumulating enemies. Over time, people realize that projects succeed when you are involved, but they cannot quite articulate why. You become essential without becoming a target. This works in friendships too. The friend who always has their life together becomes the therapist for everyone else. They carry the emotional labor. They get drained. They get used. The friend who appears slightly messy, slightly overwhelmed, slightly in need of support gets help offered to them. They get grace. They get space. They are underestimated right up until the moment they make their move. Machiavelli wrote that appearing weak can protect you until you are strong enough to strike. Caesar played the fool while building his armies. Everyone dismissed him as a playboy with a famous name. Then he crossed the Rubicon with legions they did not know he had. The same people who mocked him bent the knee. You do not need legions, you need underestimation. When people think you're at 60% of your capability, they do not monitor you closely. They do not guard their words around you. They do not perceive you as a threat. This is when you learn the most. This is when you build the most. This is when you position yourself for moves they will not see coming. The mistake most people make is confusing this with weakness. Appearing weak is not being weak. It is strategy. The gazelle that pretends to be injured draws, the predator close, then it bolts. The predator committed to the chase cannot adjust in time. This is tactical deception. This is survival. But here is the shadow work you must do. Why do you need people to know how smart you are? Why do you need people to see how capable you are? That need is ego. Ego makes you predictable. Ego makes you easy to manipulate. Someone compliments your intelligence and you perform for them. Someone questions your competence and you rush to prove them wrong. You're a puppet on strings you do not see. The person who does not need validation is untouchable. The person who is comfortable being underestimated is free. When you kill the need to be seen, you become invisible. When you are invisible, you can move anywhere. Here is the paradox. The people closest to you should be the ones who know your true capabilities, but they are also the ones most likely to use that information against you when your interests diverge. The friend who knows you are brilliant will resent you when you succeed. The partner who knows you are ambitious will feel threatened when opportunities come. The co-worker who knows you are strategic will sabotage you before you can outmaneuver them, so you calibrate. You reveal different versions of yourself to different people. You are never fully known by anyone. This is not dishonesty, this is sovereignty. You do not owe anyone complete access to your inner world. You do not owe anyone full transparency about your capabilities or intentions. You owe yourself protection. These three strategies work together. Strategic ambiguity keeps people guessing about your intentions. Calculated generosity builds leverage you can call in later. Strategic weakness removes you from the target list while you build power. Used in combination, they create a position where you are simultaneously underestimated, indebted to, and uncertain about. Your friends think they know you. They do not. They know the version you let them see. Now here is what you're thinking. This sounds exhausting. This sounds like you can never relax. This sounds like every interaction becomes a chess match. And you are right. It is exhausting. Until it becomes automatic. Until you stop thinking about it and start operating from it. Until reading people and positioning yourself becomes as natural as breathing. The alternative is what you are doing now. Moving through life with your guard down. Trusting freely. Giving your loyalty to people who see it as a resource to exploit. Getting blindsided by betrayals you should have seen coming. Wondering why the people you help the most are the ones who hurt you the worst. So here is your challenge. For the next 7 days, you're going to test these principles. When someone asks what you want, respond with a question. When someone offers you a favor, ask yourself what they might want in return. When you are tempted to show off your knowledge or skills, hold back. Observe what happens. Watch how people react when you stop being predictable. Watch how they probe for information when you get vague. Watch how they offer more when you reveal less. Watch how they underestimate you when you play smaller. Then watch how you can use that underestimation. This is not about becoming a sociopath. This is about recognizing the game that is already being played around you. Your closest friends are not immune to self-interest. Your family is not above using loyalty as leverage. Your partner is not incapable of calculating what you are worth to them. These are not moral judgments. These are observations about human nature. Machiavelli was not teaching evil. He was teaching reality. The Prince is not a manual for tyrants. It is a survival guide for anyone operating in a world where power exists. And power exists everywhere. In your workplace, in your relationships, in your friend group. Pretending it does not exist does not make you good. It makes you prey. The people who tell you to be authentic, to be vulnerable, to trust freely, those people either have not been burned yet, or they benefit from you staying naive. Authenticity is a luxury afforded to people with nothing to lose. Vulnerability is beautiful in poetry and fatal in practice. Trust is earned through observation, not given through hope. You have been walking around with your blueprints visible. Time to put them away. You have been announcing your next moves. Time to go quiet. You have been showing your full strength. Time to hold some in reserve. The people closest to you are watching. They are learning. They are positioning. If you do not start doing the same, you will wonder later how they got so far ahead while you were still playing fair. Subscribe if you're done being the person everyone else studies while you stay oblivious. Subscribe if you're ready to see the game and play it better than the people playing it on you. Or do not. Stay comfortable, stay trusting, stay confused. When the people you helped the most are the ones who take you down, the choice is yours. The game continues either way.